'Cause I always gotta worry about the payback. Some buck
Trevor,
that
how
I
you going,
roughed up
legend?
way back.
Kevin, what is crack-a-lackin'
Come back
legends?
after all these years. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's
Just
the
gonna
way it
move this camera.
is. That's just the
So,
way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You my brother, you my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
what's going on, legends?
Things
Trevor,
will
Kevin,
change.
Jugger, Gunhead, Wizard. Who else we got there? Loopy, John, what is going on, legends? Jamie Bryant, what's going on, legend? When I seen Button Man, reminded me of a Rodney Rude joke. Oh, Drew, I know what you're talking. I know the one. I know the one you're talking about. And he's like, I bet you this is exactly how that joke goes. It goes, oh fuck, I've got to get the fuck out of here. I've got eyes like fucking overcoat buttons. Is that the part? Vandal, what's going on, legend? Lisa, what's going on? Kevin, Knox, Vandal, Jonesy, 5507, Matthew. Who else we got there? Who I haven't said. I think I said Loopy, but in case I didn't say, howdy doody. That's just the way it is. All right, so that was crazy. That was crazy. So I threw my headphones, and would you believe it? They actually like hole in one it straight for the incense, and I was like, oh no, fire! And so it hit the incense, bounced the incense onto the ground. I was like, no, and then ran into there, knocked that down. That was the biggest Benny Hill moment if I've ever seen one. You can't script that shit. You cannot script that shit. Even Zeus jumped out of the way. He was like, "Oh no!" Oh my god, good times, good times. You can't script that shit. Seriously, that's crazy. Anyway, let's put this back. So that's going to alleviate a small problem that I can't stop. There's nothing you can do to stop it. When you stream for hours at a time, your streaming device gets hot. And although I've done every single thing I can, um, except for throwing headphones at it and hopefully it gets a hole in one, that was crazy. That's exactly what it was like. That was like Mr. Bean sort of shit. You can't script that. Ah, fucking hell, good times. Imagine setting fire to the house live. I know. I have a legitimate fear of. I don't know. I do things and I forget about things. Right. I've got a bad memory. I've got an excuse. I've got MS and all of my demyelination, which is what it's called, which is basically just scarring. So all of my demyelination is around my cerebellum, right, which is right where your fucking memory is. And although I've got a good long-term memory, my short-term memory is. When I first met you, your arsehole was the size of a shirt button. Oh, fuck. I didn't even think of that. Do you know what? I didn't even think of that. I actually thought about, the joke that I said. Good times. Good times. You can't script it, like I said. You can't. All right. Let's make this a little bit stream friendly. We don't want to be setting fires or anything else for that matter. All right, let's put these bad boys in. Oh, fucking hell. I can't believe that happened. And of course, it happened while I was on live, so everyone had to see me do it. I actually seen it. It was like a slow mo. Actually, I'm going to post that video. That's going to be a short tomorrow. That was like, that's going to be, and I swear it's going to go like this. It was at this moment he knew that he fucked up. And I wish that I had that, like a slow mo fucking golfing moment. I can't explain what that was like for me. I actually knew that was going to happen as soon as I don't know if you've noticed, but I flicked my door open. I flicked the studio office door open and I was like, yoink. And as soon as I let it go, I was like, oh no. And I'm not like, I didn't play cricket at school for a reason. Yeah. Like, I was never good at throwing shit. It's why I used guns, allegedly. Yeah, good times. What happened? All right, Sands. I'm just going to quickly go through it, seeing this is like the third time I've gone through it. So I picked up my headphones. Now, myself and Gunhead, we realised that sometimes it sounds like I'm going live from a tin can. And that's because of those shitty headphones that I used to wear, right? And so I was like, all right, I'm going to get them out of this fucking studio right now. I flung the door open, shot them. So my bedroom's right there, yeah? And so I use incense regularly, right? So anyway, I threw them, and as soon as they left my hand, I've like put my head up and I seen exactly where they were going, and it was like right where my incense was, and I was like, oh no. And it actually hit exactly on the incense, but hit it right like it was like a catapult. And my incense was on this end, and it hit it, and it just went yoink and flicked it straight to the floor, right? And this fan was behind me. And so I was like, oh fuck, and went to run out there because I seen that happening, knocked that fan over, knocked it over and fucking broke it in half, dropped the incense onto the ground, and I was, yeah, anyway, Benny Hill moment. All right, so, rightio. So I've been saying that for the last month and a half that 3 people from the new Discord would be getting a prize. Let's just get straight off to the. That's how we're starting the live, and I'll let you know who's won that. So, obviously, I can't do the same kind of draw that I do or I have done before, like we do in the chat here, right? So anyway, it was just at random. It was basically pick them out of the hat. It was just a anyway. So we've got 3 people that are winners. So all right. So winner number 1. Winner number 1 is Nessie. So Nessie was the first name that was picked out. So Nessie was prize number 1. So if there's people in the chat that are not sure why we're drawing this live, because I didn't really just explain myself when I think about it. But anyway, so this was for, obviously the old Discord is shut down now. I've been saying it for the last month and a half that is going to shut down as of the 1st of February, and it has been shut down. And so I also said, because people are going to have to move over from the old Discord to the new Discord, that we're going to be doing a prize. And so that's what we're doing right now. And so obviously, because I can't. So the way that I usually draw the prizes is like I do it in front of everyone and I fucking scroll, and it's just like random pick. I can't do that with this because it's people that are on Discord, and obviously it's not this. I can't do that, right? So I done that myself, and there was 40 something people that were in that running, and so yeah, the first winner was Nessie. So Nessie, congratulations, you have just won a gift certificate for my bonfire merchandise store. I have 2 merchandise stores. So the reason I'm saying that now is because a couple of times now, 2 times now, people have asked me how come they can't buy my new hoodie, which I'll go chuck on actually. They can't buy my new hoodie and they can't work it out. It's because it's a different merchandise store. So I have new hoodies and everything. It's the same merchandise store I've been using for 2 years, but I'll go get my hoodie. This is the new hoodie. Sometimes I lie under the moon, realize I'm breathing. One day, Tuesday. and that says Chaos Crew OG. And so I specifically made that say Chaos Crew OG and not OG Chaos Crew, because then it says that the person wearing it is a Chaos Crew OG. Anyway, so this is a 2XL. I'm usually a 2 or 3XL, and this is huge on me. So the sizes are very big and forgiving sizes. But this I don't have gift certificates yet for my new merchandise store, which is something I'm trying to figure out. But it doesn't even matter because they're not allowing me to do it yet. I'm only fresh on that new merchandise store. But this is new merch. You guys can get this merchandise. And this right here is the link for this merchandise. So this is the same merchandise store. Hey, check this out. This is awesome, yeah? Check this out. It even has like the lapel. That's called a lapel. I didn't know that before I made merchandise. Before I made merchandise on this store. And that's called a lapel. And so that's a lapel print. Yeah. But yeah, I'll tell you what I really, really like. I love the arms. I was really concerned how the arms were going to turn out. So that's my full logo on the arm. Both arms have got the full logo. Obviously, that's the new logo. And then on the back, I actually took, when I seen it, because obviously when you see things in a photo and stuff like that, it really doesn't know justice, because like I've got merchandise before that I've had to change when I get the merchandise, and I'm like, oh wow, that looks way different than it does in the photos. But this, I was actually blown away. It's so much bigger than I expected. Check this out. It's huge. Anyway, sorry, I swear, if I drop one more thing. What was that? What was that? Oh. Where were you on that one? Fucking Wingardium Leviosa. Fucking just... Anyway, all right, so I went a little bit off tangent there. I was reading out who the prize winners were. So we read out the first one. So I'll show you... what I'll do is I'll get my merchandise store up here, which is what I've done last time, so I can show you winners. So we're also doing more giveaways tonight. So that's not all the giveaways we're doing tonight. We're doing what we do every week. So a members giveaway and a subscriber giveaway. You have to be a subscriber to win this prize. You cannot win a prize. If I pick your name out and you're not subscribed, bum, bum. I mean that respectfully, but yeah. Sorry, I literally just forgot what I was doing and then remembered again. All right. So the next winner was, so we had Nessie, and then the next winner was Forever Flat. So Forever Flat, if you are in the chat, thank you everyone for the awesome. I was so happy with the way this turned out, actually. I'm so super stoked. But yeah, so our second winner, we were doing three winners that moved over from the old Discord to the new one. I need to make it clear, like the winners have already been picked and stuff like that. But we will do another prize draw later on in the live where I do members only and a subscriber. But yeah, Forever Flat, absolute legends. Gadouge, you were the next winner, and so the next winner is actually in the chat right now. And so the next winner was, and I'm actually stoked. I'm stoked. It was awesome the way it worked out, and I would have been happy wherever it went. But yeah, so the next winner is so they're all actually massive in the chat here. They're always here and stuff. So that's why I was so happy the way it turned out. Anyway, so the next one was Jugs. So Jugs, Jugs is here tonight, and so that's who won. That is our three. So our three is Nessie, Forever Flat, and Jugs. So they are the prize winners for the Discord prize, and then a little bit later on in the live, we'll do another one as well. Oh yeah, sweet as Gunny. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So yeah, so if every person that just won tonight, so Nessie, Jugs, and Forever Flat, if you could email this email address right here, this is the prize email address. Now we always have a couple of cheeky buggers that try and sneak a few, get a sneako prize, but we're really onto it. And like, as much as I would like to give prizes to everyone, the only way I can reassure that that's going to happen is if you keep joining the lives. And, many people have said in the live that if they win it and they've already won it, that they will hand it on. And people have done that here. So, everyone will get a chance. But I'm also the only YouTuber that does this too. Like, I think this is what should happen. Do you know what I mean? The least you can do is show your appreciation with a little bit of gratitude, you know? And I think that's the Australian way. The real Wayno, what's going on, legend? Sometimes I lie under the moon. Oi, Binksy, a bloody legend. Yeah, look, I'm happy that it couldn't have went to better people. And like I just said, I would have been happy if it went to anyone from the chat. And I was pretty stoked in that actually. But yeah, we'll do another prize draw a little bit later on. Badouche.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks.
Oi, so Gunhead, I actually bought a like a streaming fan today. I'm waiting for that to get here. So that's a big problem that I have because I do long lives. There's certain things, yes, that I can do which I've figured out. I can take it off 4K and put it on 1080p, which obviously takes away a lot. So one of the cameras that I use allows me to take the battery out. The new camera that I've got to get a dummy battery for it. I literally got 3 batteries for it now, so I'm actually thinking in my head whether I should just put sticky tape over and turn one of them into a dummy battery so I can use it. But that's one of the big problems that I have, and so that's why I've got that fan there now. But I bought a fan that sits on your desk, and it's for cooling stuff, so you can sit it, like say for instance, I can sit it underneath the camera, and I can sit it so it's like the camera's right above it, and so that will alleviate it because they do get hot, and so that's a big problem that I have.
I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Been spending most their life living in a gangster's paradise.
I know it's in my ear. I know I just do that. Told ya, short-term memory.
Power and the money and the power, minute after minute, hour after hour, everybody's running, but half of them ain't looking. It's going on in the kitchen, but I don't know what's cooking. They say I gotta learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand it, how can they reach me? I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they front. That's why I know my life is out of luck.
All right, there we go. What new camera did I get? Oh yeah, so I got this one here. So I use, this used to be my original camera that I used. So this is a Nikon DSLR. So I used that for a long time because I can use 1080p on that. That was the camera that I used for a long time. And then I got this one that I'm using now. So that's the GoPro that I use for when we go out and stuff. That's a GoPro Hero 12. It's not the newest one, it's the last newest one. But you know, I'm able to do 4K streaming and stuff like that, or HD streaming, which is what we're doing now. But the camera that I just got was this bad boy, and I absolutely love it. Why did that just do that? So this is a Sony ZV. This is like probably the most popularly used vlogging camera, or like, you know, what people use for YouTube. Because if you've got the right lens in it, like this is not a bad lens, this one in it now, you can like literally do most filming with it. But yeah, it's a good camera. You can do like, it's got this on the back, which is awesome. So if anyone's done any cameraing before, you know how handy this thing is to have on the back and to be able to turn it the way you like it, because everyone holds a camera differently, obviously. But yeah, this is a Sony ZV E10. This is the last model. This isn't the newer model. And I was going to get the newer one, but the guy at JB Hi-Fi had told me that, and so I'd done a bit of research on this myself too. And so I actually had said to the guy that I can't find any differences in these cameras except for, so the new camera has the exact same like camera guts, if that makes sense, without me being like I don't know the proper terms. But anyway, the insides of the cameras are exactly the same. But the only difference was you got different things when you bought the camera. So, but anyway, I'm fucking happy with that. That's my new camera, Binksy. We'll chuck it up there. Maybe. Tell me why are we... Oh yeah, so whoa. Oi, Forever Flat, you won a prize, legend. I know you've already been told, but so you were one of the people that won the prizes that I had just drawn for moving over from the old Discord to the new Discord. So you were one of them. Nessie also got a prize, and then Jugs got a prize as well. Juggalotes. Do you guys mind if I go get my dinner? Yeah, so that was actually, so the issue that we had with sound last time, guys, I'm a realist, and I'm always very honest, and I'll always put my hand up and say when I've made a mistake. So the issue that we had the last live with the sound, and everyone kept on saying that it sounded like I was going live from inside a tin can, was because, so see this little bad boy here? that's actually, so that's a microphone cover, obviously, but there's a microphone under there. And so every single time you use this camera to stream or to make videos with or whatever, it will automatically recognize this microphone with the camera. And so, admittedly, I did not realize that this was happening. And so, obviously, now Gunhead, the absolute legend, explained this to me. Obviously, these cameras are made for close up, vlogging, whatnot. And so, basically, if you do vlogs and stuff, the camera's basically this far away from your face most of the time. So, it's pretty close. But when I go live, my camera is like way back there. So, the microphone was so far away. And I know this is probably boring you guys, but I need you guys to understand that I am like really, really trying to learn everything so this stuff doesn't happen, because I know that it frustrates people, and like I'm gonna be honest, it fucking shits me too. But yeah, I am actively learning about all of the devices I have, rather than just yeah, I'd used computers and stuff before in my life. Oh yeah, obviously I bought a new laptop the other day too. But yeah, um obviously, I'd never really owned my own computer until 2023. I think I've done all right to make it this far. Like, I've literally got so many devices sitting in front of me right now. So that's a gaming PC right there. That's another one right there. Um, and you know what I mean? I am really, really trying to learn all this stuff so this shit doesn't happen. But do you know what I mean? Like, I'm only human too. And like, yeah, I think some of the things are funny too. Like, actually, the thing that happened before, that's actually a good blooper. That's a good blooper, and I'm gonna post that because you can't write that shit. Like, that was like a hole in two. That was like doof doof poof. I was like, oh fucking Jesus. All right, I'm gonna go get my din dins. I'm gonna actually. So I moved that a little bit closer before because I wanted the. Anyway, just letting you know I'm moving it. Are you hot in the hoodie? Oi, I am. Do you guys care if I take the hoodie off? Like, it's fucking hot, but like, thank God that that's there. Yeah. Do you guys care if I take the hoodie off? I'm gonna take the hoodie off, and I would have taken it off when I was eating my dinner anyway. I generally, actually, I really don't say dinner really. So in my household, we say tea. We're pretty old school, and I think that a lot of people would say tea instead of dinner. People are thinking that's not tea. You drink tea. All right. I'll just give you a quick look before I take off. All right. So new logo on both sleeves. They go all the way. That's a full logo. If you were to rip the sleeve open, don't do that. But it would be the whole logo. On both sleeves, it's got that. And so I'm actually gonna. So I didn't want to take it off, and yeah, I almost done. Well, I didn't almost. I actually did. A lot of people didn't notice, but I had done a bit of the Naked Chef the other night when I was live in Melbourne. Not intentionally. I just had the camera down on the ground, and yeah, some people may have got a little bit more than they bargained for. But anyway, so this is what's on the lapel. So I actually learnt this is called a lapel, apparently. And what's awesome about it is that right in the very middle there, it says Chaos Crew OG. And so on the next hoodies, right? So this is called an all-over print hoodie, and was my first time at designing one of these, so I hadn't designed one of these before. But I now know that what I can do with this. So I can actually make one print go over the whole hoodie. I can obviously change the color. People have asked if I could do the next one in black, which I would definitely do. I'm just going to make it basically the same. We're going to change a few things on it, but that'll be white. And then, yeah, like the whole hoodie itself will be black. And so I can also put like on each side of the hoodie, I can put whatever. It's called an all-over print. You can literally print out all over the hoodie. So you can actually choose one picture and print one picture all over the hoodie. And so as you can see, this is a 2XL and they're rather large. So I'm usually a 2XL or a 3XL. So they're very, very forgiving. So if you are a bigger set person like myself, if you've got a veranda over the tool shed, this will suit your awesome figure perfectly. All right, back in a moment. Sorry, I can't leave you with no ambience.
Every time the camera's on, you're riding with me through the storm. From the stories to the struggle, yeah, you've been there.
Because I always forget.
Late nights, real talk, truth, spilling through the mic, and the chaos crew shows up every single time. Every single time. You ain't just views, your family. Every comment hits like loyalty. Through the highs and the lows, you ride for me, and that means more than you'll ever see. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. No one else compares to you. The chaos crew, the realest crew. From Port Phillip tales to streets so cold, you've heard my pain, you've seen it unfold. But through the dark, your light breaks through. Ain't no love like the chaos crew. You've been here since day one, holding me down. From nothing to something, we built this ground. I say it loud, I say it proud. Chaos crew, you wear that crown. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. No one else compares to you. The chaos crew, the realest crew. We don't fake it, we just make it. Built on truth, can no one break it. You're the reason the flame still burns. Every click, every watch, every lesson learned. So here's my love, my thanks, my tune. From Biff to the chaos crew, you're more than fans, you're part of the name. Together we ride through the chaos and pain. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best on YouTube. It's true, you keep this whole thing real. Every word, every view, from the heart, yeah, Biff's got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. Forever loyal, forever true. The chaos crew, this one's for you.
Oh yeah. No, that's mine. Not yours. I know it smells amazing, doesn't it? You should make Zeus hoodie doggy friendly. Actually, so I did think of that. So um, someone suggested that, and they suggested that I should, because I do the kids merchandise as well. One of the kids, like, he's a big dog, so one of the kids hoodies would definitely fit him. I should definitely do it, shouldn't I? Zeus out, wrong, out. Oi, Papa Greenfinger, you bloody legend. Thank you very much. Zeus is cool. Yeah, he's hanging around trying to get food. One more try. Can I transfer my win to Gunny for all his hard work he does for the crew? Oi, look, I really, really appreciate it, bro, and I absolutely appreciate your kind gesture. But that's something that we definitely should do anyway. And so you keep your prize, brother. You keep your prize, mate, and I will chuck Gunny on the prize list. And you know what the best thing is? He knows where he has to email to get the prize. Um, so yeah, thank you for your kind gesture. I'm sure Gunny would be absolutely very thankful for you doing that. But absolutely, we're going to chuck Gunny on the list for a prize. So also, I did say the other day that we're going to, over the next few days, design special moderators merchandise, which will only be available to moderators. Oi, JJ, you bloody legend, what are you doing? Good, JJ, you? Is Mumsy here too? Gunny's the one holding all the stock, anyways. True. I think this is what I think. I think we should make Gunny his own Gunny shirt. We should make Gunny his own Gunhead shirt. Specifically, we cannot. Well, that just happened. We cannot do this without Gunny. He's an absolute massive part of the team, and I think we should make a personal Gunny shirt. What do you think? What do you think this is something we should have? What do you think Gunny's shirt should have on it? Let's have everyone's input. Yeah, I think that's something we should definitely do. A Colt 45. TCC Gunny, Bud Eye picture. True. We should actually have that on it. We should actually have his. That was weird just doing that to that, wasn't it? But yeah, we should definitely have that on there. We should definitely have that on there. I don't know what that is, but a Bud Eye picture explains it well. True. That's a good idea. So like two. All right. All right. All right. Hang on. Leave it with me. All right. So we'll do a little quick sneak peek now. I think you'll love this one, bro. Give me 1 sec. I think you'll like this one, bro. All right. All right. We'll see how it turns out, Gunny. Show me your fucking gun. So, I've really stepped off the chicken Kievs, and now I eat a lot of loaded fries. It's probably a lot less unhealthy, but you only live once. It actually turned out pretty cool, but the captions worked out wrong. Hang on. I know it's probably not the healthiest to be eating loaded fries, but yeah, you only live once. I don't eat much sugar or anything. Like I eat no sugar at all. Hi Biff, do you still breed dogs? I'm looking for one, please. So I don't anymore, but I am doing one more litter because I want two dogs out of that litter myself. Um, is it going to be anywhere in the near future? It's up to the female dog when the bitch goes on heat. I'm not being derogatory there. That's what you call a female dog for people that don't know that. I'm sure everyone knows that though, but you have it's 2026. Oi, what about this for your t-shirt, Gunny? Obviously, it says gunhead head mod. Don't do that. Obviously, that's obviously the first. Well, that wasn't the first one I designed. That's the second one. But we'll work on it, Gunny. You will have your own t-shirt. It's pretty cool though. So that's the first one. It said gunhead mod mod. Gunhead mod mod. No, of course. Yeah, I'll show you what I'll do. I'll show you how. All right, we're getting very technical here, legends. I think I got pretty good at this actually, designing in record time. All right. That's actually what it. So AI is funny. That it actually. So that's what it came up with. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I wrote. So you can see it. It says, "Please do a new character in this style, but has a gun as a head in a Colt 45 in a graffiti style, and have the captions Gunhead Mod." That's what it says there, Gunhead Mod, but it's like one word. And make sure it's a cartoon as a gunhead. All right, it'll look like that as well. It'll have that in there somewhere. I swear, Mirror does my head in. It's all backwards, and my brain doesn't work like that. does Gunhead get a cut of the sales? Oh, I wasn't going to put these out, so I'm going to make this for Gunny and send him it, so he'll get his own hoodie and whatever. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's something we could probably talk about. But here's the truth, guys. Like, because I get all my merchandise made overseas and it's done via drop shipping, if anyone understands how drop shipping works, yeah, I really don't make much out of it. So the whole point is so everyone can have merchandise. And obviously, other merchandise stores, like if I had piles and piles of this stuff, I'd be making all the money off it. But I don't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be making money off you guys. I just want you guys to have merchandise. And so that's basically how it works. So I'll yeah, I'm actually quite happy to do that. But yeah, I think Gunny would be a little bit surprised at how much money that the merchandise actually makes. And I'm sure one day when I'm comfortable at doing that, but yeah, I'm not comfortable at making money off merchandise or whatever. Like, I think that's like, and everyone's different, do you know what I mean? But like, the last thing I want is for you guys to be paying X amount of money for merchandise and then I'm getting all the proceeds of that. Now I know that people are going, why wouldn't you do that? But I don't want to be making money off you guys. Do you know what I mean? Um, I am a YouTuber. YouTube pays their partners pretty well. So yeah, the last thing I want to be doing is making money off you guys. Which is why I always say when people go crazy with the gifts and stuff like that, that this is something that you don't have to do and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Oh no, I showed it. Obviously, we'll work on it. That's just a quick mock up for now. Um, so yeah, AI is good if you understand prompts and stuff like that. And yeah, it's all about the prompts really. So like, I know that some people find it hard to use. I didn't understand it, but I understand it now, and like, yeah, I can design pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, anyone can do that. This isn't like, I am quite out in the open about how not tech savvy I am. And so for myself to be able to do that quickly, I think that tells and says how easy it is to use. Oh, you're not a mouse, you bloody legend. Sorry, legend. So, like, I know that a lot of people understand how this restream works, but so when you guys write your comments in the chat, sometimes it's like a minute 20 seconds before I see it on my screen, because although yes, I am going live on YouTube, that's how you guys are joining it, but I'm using a third party app, and so it takes a little bit of time from your chat to get to me. So sometimes it might seem like I'm being rude. I'm not. It's like it just takes a lot of there's a time delay. Grok is the best. So I actually was saying this to someone the other day, right? And what I've found is that Grok has systematically got very insane at what it does because Grok is about to be banned in a lot of countries, and and I have found that Grok especially is like it's really turned up. It's like I don't know. It's on like 11 now, where it was on 4 before. It's on 11 now, and like Grok was much better than what it was 2 weeks ago. Has anyone spoken to Grok unhinged version? So I haven't. I haven't. I know you have, JJ, and so that's how I know about it. So if anyone doesn't know about unhinged Grok, I suggest that you do that with care, because there is a lot of people that would do that and not be able to handle the stuff what Grok says. It is very unhinged and it would probably hurt a lot of people's feelings. So tread with care. Beef, I got my new computer today after my old motherboard fried. Can you recommend any good apps? I'm using Windows 11. Um, like really, the honest truth is, brother, that I would only be able to recommend like recording apps. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, I really only know games and stuff like that. But the only programs I could suggest to you are programs that would help you to recording a video. Um, but I would suggest this. I would suggest this that if you just got a computer and a new computer and you've just got a new Windows 11, that you should definitely download a VPN. Now, there are VPNs that you can use that are for free, but here's the truth. You can't put a price on your privacy, yeah? So I know a lot of people see things, right? They see like whatever, ExpressVPN or NordVPN or whatever, and they see it come up and it's like, you know, $12 a month or something like that. And you look at it and go, fuck that. Here's the truth. That $12 a month is absolutely priceless. And I've learnt how important VPNs are. I probably didn't know that before, but I know now. So if I can recommend one program, it is definitely like your safety is always paramount. And so I actually got scammed very shortly after getting out of prison after doing my big one. And um, so I actually lost thousands and thousands of dollars. I thought I was putting my money somewhere safe. And this is how blase I was to cybercrime and that. And yeah, I lost thousands and thousands of dollars. So I've been very, very vigilant since then. I am very, very funny. Yeah, you can send me something with a link in it. Now you can be my best friend. We could speak to each other every single day. And if you send me something with a link in it, my brain automatically says that's a scam. Don't click on it. That's a scam. And it's the same with my emails, with anything. And I'm real dodge on clicking on links and stuff because, well, that's what got me last time. So yeah, look, I use a VPN, and the reason I use a VPN is because obviously I post videos all the time. If you know what you're doing, it's not hard to find out where people do that from. Um, it was one of the very first things I learned how to do on a PC, actually, before I even had a PC. Um, but yeah, it's actually quite simple to find out where people are, you know, doing their thing from. So I suggest that something like that, and then also there's so many antivirus stuff, and then you've got to have ad blockers and stuff as well. So I didn't understand how important ad blockers were, but Gunny helped me out with that one. Um, all of these things have potential of getting to you by siphoning or phishing, which is like um, cyber stuff. Oi, Gunny. So this is one JJ just sent me. It's actually not a bad one, actually. It says smoke 'em if you've got 'em, gunhead, and then it says no trolls allowed. That's actually really cool, JJ. Why didn't I think of that? Well, hang on. That's what it looks like on a person. Oh, I didn't even see the comment you wrote me. Just came up now. Hey, I need to say this, right? I need to say this, and not that this is going on now. It's just so I need to let people know that the Chaos Chronicles across the board as a whole spectrum, we have a zero tolerance for bullying. Yeah, a zero tolerance for bullying. So if anyone is seen as doing bullying repetitively, you are going to get banned. Yeah, and I will have zero tolerance about it. So um, there are so many people that join this chat every single time because we don't accept bullshit like that. We are held to a better standard. And so I need people to know that, you know, be mindful of things that are said sometimes, whether it be in this chat, on the Discord chat, because there's always people that are going to see what you're saying, right? And I need people to know I do not care. I do not care. You can scream. You can scream till the cows come home. Yeah. If you have been identified as being bullying on my page, now remember what I said before I said this. I'm not saying anyone is doing that in this chat. I'm just bringing this up now. So, and I think people need to hear this, right? So this goes for anyone. If anyone is seen as being bullying or being disrespectful or being trolling or bullying to anybody in the chat, anybody, I don't care whether you've been in this chat for 2 seconds and this is your first day. We do not accept bullying, right? And so I need people to know that. So in the future, you know what I mean? If something comes about and bullying was a problem, then you can't come back at me and say, well, I wasn't aware, because I have a zero tolerance. And I'm sure every single person in the chat, every single person in this chat does not want to join a community where bullying is allowed. And so I just need you to know. I need you to know that because yeah, I take it very, very seriously. And it doesn't even matter if you are someone who is here every single day and a solid member. If you are seen as bullying, you will go. And I can't even argue that enough. Like, we have a zero tolerance for bullying. And I'm sure every single person in this chat appreciates that. And that's why a lot of people come here. Because why? I'll tell you why. Because you can be yourself and not ever expect bullying. Do you know what I mean? So just need you to know we have a zero tolerance to bullying. Oi, thank you everyone for the support in the chat. Gadoosh. Let's chuck the fucking Chaos Crew song on. Every time the camera's on.
Every time the camera's on, you're riding with me through the storm. From the stories to the struggle, yeah.
So, yeah, I just needed everyone to know. Like, I know that, you know, yeah, I have a zero tolerance and I'm not even going to say any more on it. But yeah, we're just not going to stand for that on this page. There's so many people that come here because they can be themselves. And we would like to keep that quality of this chat. And yeah. Now, I'm not saying, also, I am not saying that anyone in this chat is doing it because that's not what's going on. I just needed to say it now because as the chat gets bigger and stuff like that, like we have had people that have like filtered their way in and like, you know, can say very horrible things and stuff like that. But yeah, we have awesome mods and they pick them out pretty quickly. But I just needed to say that because it's important. I know that a lot of people come to this chat because they know that they can be themselves. They can say what they want to say without any backlash or anything like that. And it's actually a really unique dynamic that we have here. And I never, ever want to lose that. And I'm sure that everyone here appreciates that. And so I will also say this: I don't even care. I don't even care if you've lost a friend to this page for bullying. You can come to me and scream till the cows come home. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. If someone is not on this page anymore for bullying, they are there for a reason, and that is all I'm saying on it.
More than fans, you're a part of the name. Together we ride through the chaos and pain. Shout out to the Chaos Crew, the best on YouTube, it's true. You keep this whole thing real, every word, every view. From the heart, yeah, beats got you. I'm grateful every time I do what I do. Forever loyal, forever true.
Chaos Crew. Oi, Flower Lips, you bloody legend. Oi, Commodores, you legend. You were listening to it in your car. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's just all of that in a nutshell. Oi, bloody who's gifting out memberships? Oi, Westy, you bloody legend, gifting out memberships. Absolute legends. Yeah, me too. That's my favorite. That's my favorite song that I've created. Actually, it feels weird saying that because, like, at a whole, you didn't really create it. You just created prompts to make that song. You know, that's how AI works. But yeah, I love it too. I love it too. All right, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway tonight. We're gonna do a giveaway tonight for one of the subscribers, and on Friday night, when we go live on Friday night, we're going to do a double members giveaway. So we're just going to do the one more draw tonight for a subscriber. So if you are in the chat right now and you want to win a prize from the Bonfire merchandise store, now let me just show you before we get into it. But the best thing to do, so if you guys start spamming the chat right now, if you are a subscriber, you cannot win a prize, guys, if you aren't a subscriber. So just so you know that. I'll show you guys some merchandise. So we have new hoodies and stuff on this merchandise store as well. I have two merchandise stores. Um, all right, so we've got heaps of designs on there. So a lot of people, when I made the TCC design, so the chaos, um, so we've got these designs here. So these are the new hoodies in this merchandise store. Sorry, guys. The actual internet here has been so shit since the fires. I actually get a warning every single day that we're going to have shit internet, and it hasn't done me wrong yet. Pieces of. All right, so this is one of the new hoodies that we've got. Yeah. Why? Why won't you get focused? You fuck. Anyway, you get the picture, kind of. I mean, not not quality. And then yeah, on the back it's got the Chaos Chronicles like the other hoodie as well. Um, so um, we've got actually heaps of new stuff on that merchandise store as well. So a lot of people were asking me about these. These are tumblers. So my beautiful mum in the chat made me this. My beautiful mumsy. Janet Mama Biff. So everyone calls my mum Mama Biff. It started back on TikTok and it just stuck. So Mama Biff is Mama Biff. And as you know, my mum calls me Biff as well. But anyway, this is a tumbler. It's what a tumbler is. And so people actually ask, how is that metal? Like, so as you can see, that's metal. They're stainless steel, they keep the cold. So we actually sell these on the merchandise store now. But they're different shape, but they are still the same thing. So they're like the more coffee mug ones, but this is it there. Anyway, if you guys aren't spamming that chat right now, guys, I'll tell you the easiest way to win a prize in this chat. Type one letter, enter, one letter, enter, or one letter, send, one letter, send, one letter, send, or copy and paste what you want to write and then just copy and paste it, copy and paste it, copy and paste it, because you're all going in the running right now as we speak, which is why I go on a tangent talking about something when we're making a prize draw. So we have ages and ages of prizes because I do it all here live so you can all see it. It's probably not the most technical way. We will learn a different way in the future, but I like doing it this way. And plus, you guys can all see it too. And yeah, there's so much stuff on there, but we've we've also got these as well. So someone said, why would you have babies' clothes? I'm like, because some of my viewers have fucking babies. It's not rocket scientist Einstein. And anyway, this is my baby clothing that I have. I love it. I think it's fucking absolutely awesome. Keep spamming that chat, legends. So if you've got a baby, so this goes up to 12 months old. I have this. So it says it's a baby jumpsuit and it says, I just done 9 months inside. Obviously talking about in the womb inside. Yeah, that was one of my designs. And as you can see, it's got a handcuff on a dummy. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not PC, but it's Biff. So Whatevs. All right, spam the shit out of it. We're about to do this draw now. Uno momento. Sometimes I lie under the moon. One day, Tuesday. All right. So as you can see, I've got the live here. You know, I'm gonna have to maybe turn that light off for a sec so you guys can see it better. Actually, that's what the issue is. Can you see that? Well, you can definitely see it better. All right, let's go. So, spam the shit out of it. Spam it for another minute. I'll let it go for another minute and then we'll do it. Who's your favorite Harry Potter character? Don't write it in the chat. Just spam it. Actually, wrong time to ask that. Mine's Dobby. Anyway, all right. Spam, spam, spammity, spam, spam. All right, let's go, legends. All right. So what I do is I scroll all the way up as far as it will let me scroll, which is right there. As you can see, I can't go anymore, otherwise it makes the page go down. All right, let's go. And this is as simple as this prize draw is. Let's go. Whack. No. All right, so we got forever flat. So oh no. Actually, no, you can. Forever flat. You won, bro. For some reason, no, you won, bro. For some reason, I thought that was in green. It's quite clearly in fucking grey. Bro, you've literally won 2 prizes tonight. You've won 2 prizes tonight. All right, so this is generally something that doesn't happen on every live. But yeah, this is something that can happen. Oh, what a fucking win, bro. Do you know why? I don't know why I thought that, because so as you can see, right, because I'm pretty sure it actually shows it the same in your chat, but in case it doesn't, as you can see, right, so subscribers are in the grey, members are in the green, and then moderators are in the blue. So for some reason, I was thinking that forever was in the green, and I was like, oh no. But yeah, fuck yeah, 2 prizes in one night, brother. Oi. So, fuck, man, I have pumped out some fucking merchandise this week. I'll tell you that. And forever, don't worry. I remember what we spoke about, and that's something that will get done this week as well for Jai. But yeah, congratulations, legends. So I was going to do two draws tonight, but we'll wait until Friday night till we do our members draw. We are going to do 2 members draws on Friday night, and well, we'll see how I'm feeling. We might do another subscriber draw. But yeah, thank you, legends. Thank you so much. Oi, Peekaboo, how you going, legend? All right. Oi, Dan Kinner, what's going on, legend? I've got to put my phone back on Do Not Disturb now. Thank you, guys. It's the least I can do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys are legitimately here every single live, every single premiere. It is the least I can do. And I don't understand why other people don't do it. I don't get it. But I mean, that's their issue, not mine. But yeah, fuck yeah. Well done, legends. And forever. What a funny bugger. What a funny bugger, bro. Oh, yeah, mad. Peekaboo. Sounds good. Oi, Alsab. So that's definitely something that I'll do. So I guess a lot of people notice that I put a little bit more time and effort into, not that I don't put time and effort into my other videos, but I understand how things work and stuff like that. And so it's all about me trying to better myself at the same time. So I really want to try and make the videos that I do at home here, I want to make them as entertaining for you guys as I can. Now, I understand that a lot of people see things the way I see things. And so, obviously, you would have noticed on today's video, I added, pictures with text in them. And so, I really wanted to make a point of trying to make it into a mini documentary. And so, a lot of people said they were very happy with it. Now, I made a point of saying it was short because this was my first time at trying to do that. Although I make videos every day, this is my um, first time at making videos at that kind of level. And so I actually really enjoyed it, and the feedback was really, really good from you guys. So yeah, that's something that we can see more of in the future. And I guess, I'm always trying to do something different, and I was really happy with the way that that turned out. And I mean, you just have to jump into the comment section and have a look. And yeah, so all that feedback, guys. I'm a bit of a feedback demon. Yeah, I love a bit of feedback, and I'm always open to a bit of constructive criticism. So if anyone's got any information that, you know what I mean, the only thing I suggest is, like, sometimes, like, yeah, I mean, like, off the live and stuff like that. But yeah, no, like, I'm absolutely 100% stoked. I think that yeah, I don't know, man. I'm always finding myself absolutely, like, just stoked with the live, and I think with new things that I try, I'm a little bit nervous in trying new things, and I feel like all of you legends, like, kind of like, push me to do that, and like and let me know. Like I said, I'm a feedback demon. I love feedback, and you know, not all feedback is good, and I understand that. I'm a realist at the end of the day, and I love it. I love the feedback, and yeah, I'm interested, but also I'm interested in like I said in the Discord today and last night, I'm interested in getting out there and trying this new concept of video making outside of, obviously a lot of my content is made from the studio and blah blah blah, and obviously I want to try and change that. Do you know what I mean? I want to get out there. I've had a lot of things holding me back, like fucking no license for such a long time, not being able to leave the state, not not being able to. So I think a lot of people don't even understand how strict my conditions were when I was on parole. So my parole officer made it very fucking clear to me. So I made one video, right? One video when I first got on my parole about corruption at Port Phillip, which quite possibly could have meant that I was talking. So my parole officer was an ex Port Phillip security TOG officer, right? And so I realized this the very first session I had with this person. They obviously realized who I was. And then in the second session, they were like, oh, look, I need to tell you. I'm like, you don't need to tell me nothing. I know exactly who you are. And so I said, to be honest, I couldn't have a better parole officer. But I said, because you know about me prior to being here and you know about me now. I said, so you're someone who can 100% notice the changes that I've made in my life. So I think that I would benefit from you as being my parole officer, where I know a lot of criminals, ex-criminals would have said, fuck that. There is no way I am going to let this fucking screw be my parole officer. But sometimes you've got to look at things beyond the, do you know what I mean? You've got to look at things like from a different angle. And here's the truth. I've looked at things from a certain like scope or whatever you want to call it my whole life, and it's only ever ended me up in fucking trouble. So it's time to start looking at things differently, and that's why I thought, oh yeah, my parole officer is an ex-screw. Not only that, she was TOG, which is the worst of the worst, but she was also a dog screw as well. So she was one of the screws that had a dog. Now, I actually gave her my word that I would never give her name on my live and stuff like that, and I'll stick by it because she 100% believed in me. And when I explained to her what I just explained to you guys then, that I think I'm going to benefit from you because you know me at my worst. Like, I've literally had this person rip me off someone why they were getting sandwich on the shank day. And so she's seen me at my worst, and I thought, fuck yeah. Yeah, you got to think outside the box, and I think that it's that very sheltered thinking and very what's the word when I know it's going to happen? Like, yeah. Oi, Minty, what's going on, legend? All right, legends, I'm just going to go use the ablutions quickly. So if people don't know what ablutions mean, if you just Google that, the truth will set you free. Oi, how good am I making that sound? Obviously, this doesn't even have a ring pull on it, yeah? So that was me. Ready? How good is that? I can't even tell you how many times. I'm like Michael Winslow. So if you guys don't know who Michael Winslow is, sorry, I'm definitely showing my age there. Michael Winslow is the guy on Police Academy who made all those cool sounds. All right, I'll be back, legends.
They
They
say
say,
you know
know
when
when
you
you
know.
know.
So let's face it, you had me at hello. Hesitation never helps. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. One smile, one kiss, two lonely hearts is all that it takes. Now baby, you're on my mind every night, every day. Good vibrations getting loud. How could this be anything else? When all I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me that's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call this love. I think they call this love. What could this be between you and me? All I dream of is your eyes, all I long for is your touch. And darling, something tells me it's enough. You can say that I'm a fool and I don't know very much, but I think they call, I think they call, yes, I think they call this love. This love.
Lucy boy, there's this guy here, and he said that you look like a chihuahua. No shit. Come and check it out. No, I swear. Yeah. Come in, yep. Sit down. Oh, that's a Lucy boy. That's a Lucy boy. They may have said that, like KFC, but you never know. That's Lucy boy. Or Desi's a part of the search and rescue team. I don't know if anyone's seen the videos that people have been putting out lately, but it's quite funny. It's got like Desi. AI is off its fucking head these days, and it's got Desi flying a rescue helicopter or like Elvis, the fucking water helicopter. It's crazy. How old is my dog? He is now. He's gonna turn. He'll be 5 this year. Yeah, he'll be 5 this year. Dubby says I got a search and rescue out for me mower. Yeah. If he hands himself in, here's the truth. This is what people don't understand, right? So, in every single one of those information, like in one of those scenarios where they say, like, Desi, $1 million prize or whatever, you are never ever going to get that $1 million. So, there are still people right now that are giving people the police information in the 1980s that is still in court trying to get that money. So, I think as a whole, people like you will only get 10% of it. So, all right, yeah, 10% of a million is 100. So, um, yeah, but people don't understand that you don't get that money. Like you will literally be fighting your whole life just to get that because this is how it's worded, and they're very, very smart. So they say your information has to lead to conviction. So the information that you give has to lead to conviction. So you might give them information, right? Like say for instance, you know where Desi Freeman's fucking doomsday bunker is from hiding from zombies, right? Now you show police where that is. Guess what? You're not going to get nothing for that. Now also you now although you're telling them information that they didn't know, you really every it's really all in the title of the fucking reward. So it says that that information has to lead to conviction. There's a it's a very fine line of fucking bureaucracy there. This time they said no conviction is needed. Yeah, bullshit. They've done that in the past. Like I promise you, there are people right now that have put their lives in danger because the police have said that there's like say a $200,000 prize money. That's big fucking money if you've got no money, yeah. And so there are people right now that are in hiding for their life for giving information like that because they thought that they were going to receive this big sum of money. They've got their whole life planned out. I'm going to go over to fucking South Africa and I'm going to fucking get fucking new teeth and I'm going to get a Beatles haircut and I'm going to fucking buy a fucking HR puffin stuff fucking suit and no one's going to know who I am. Dicks. Absolute dicks. So here's the truth as well. So people also seem to think that the police will look after them forever. So there's so many people right now that are dead because the police, right? So if you go on witness protection, this is why it never pays to be a snitch, right? So if you go on witness protection, guess what? When you're in witness protection, that witness protection gives you about 5 years of cover. That's no bullshit. That's about 5 years of cover. So after that 5 years is up, guess what happens? And this is all across the board, all states, happens Australia wide. So once that 5 years is up, now say for instance, you've just given up information on a large drug dealer, say gangster. There's been a fucking reward offered in the so you might be privy to information that might see this person get arrested, but your information might not lead to his conviction. So guess what? You get fucking nothing. So what happens is you go into witness protection, which I can tell you right now that myself in my scullywag behavior days, I found about 3 or 4 different people in witness protection. How? because police can be bought with money, and this is the truth. But here's also another truth is that 5 years comes. So you've been on witness protection for 5 years. You've moved your family over to the other side of the country. You've just snitched on one of the biggest gangsters in the country, and they're now in prison. They've lost their family, their kids. They hate you. They want to kill you. Yeah. Um, and so the police say, yeah, come and tell us your story. We'll give you witness protection. You'll get this $200,000 reward if a conviction is recorded. And yeah, this is what happens. People give their information, they get put into witness protection, they see $0, and they've moved their whole family over to the other side of the fucking world. And they are now 5 years into their witness protection. Witness protection rock up to their door one day and say, hey, dickhead, remember how you snitched on those big gangsters 5 years ago? And because you thought you were going to get rich? Well, you didn't get rich. And also, it's now the 5 year mark, and you've got no more protection anymore. So you're now just a witness without protection. And yeah, fast forward, and then you can imagine what happens next. Yeah, I think so too. So, Lisa, I think so too. I think a lot of people in the chat are of the same thought as well. I think that it's a smokescreen. Now, like, I don't know. I can't be sure. I wish I knew. I wish I knew the answers, but I believe now no one can even contest this like stuff, right? So there's so many things that have happened in the last 12 months in Australia that it's made people go, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on in our country? Make this make sense. Now, I know a lot of people had this thought. How are you spending 1.7, $1.8 million every single day on looking for Desi when poor little Gus Lamont on the other side of the fucking country is over there? They searched for him for 3 weeks and said, well, you know what? There's a whole fucking group of these poor kids, William Tyrrell, all that. And that's exactly what's happened. And I don't understand I can't understand for the life of me how we can spend $1.8 million per day on a fucking investigation and then turn around and say on the other side of the country, we've spent too much money on this investigation in 3 weeks. We've got zero answers. So we're just going to say, guess what? We give up. We give up. We give up. Guess what? Desi's got every fucking police from 3 different countries around the world looking for him. And poor little Gus Lamont, the 4.5-year-old, 5-year-old child who is left to his own devices out in the Australian outback, guess what? You got 3 weeks, butto. You got 3 weeks. And what a fucking sad state of affairs our country's in. But I think that this is the truth, right? And this is what I honestly think. I think that this is what's happened in Australia in the last 12 months. I think a lot of people have gone, I am not going to stand for this bullshit anymore. I am sick of turning on the TV to Channel 10, Channel 7, Channel 9 News, SBS, ABC, and hearing scripted bullshit. Like, now I'm not saying all news is scripted, but come on. I'll give you a quick example, right? A quick example. Desi Freeman. All right, so we've just had this fucking crazed fucking psychopath who's just fucking shot at 3 policemen. He's killed 2, shot a 3rd one. He's a crazed psychopath. He needs all the help in the world. Right? Fast forward to yesterday's report. This is what they say. Allegedly, Desi Freeman has shot and killed 3 police and injured a 3rd. Allegedly, it's like, I don't understand it. Where 5 months ago they were saying, oh, guess what? We can't catch Desi today, so guess what? This is what we're going to write in our news story. We think that Desi was the person who shot at and killed Silk and Miller, the police officers in the 90s that were killed We're just going to say that. We're actually going to come out and say that he did this, and we believe that he was the number one suspect. What a shift in the way that they're all saying it now. Like, I don't understand it. I'm sure everyone watched the news report from the Desi video that I did last time. Now, like I said to somebody today, every single reaction video that I do, I don't watch it first, right? I read the description and I see if it's the right one. But I want every reaction video that I to have a legitimate reaction, so I don't watch it. Now, you will see in that Desi video that I was legitimately surprised by the way that the news anchor was fucking putting that story across, and I was like, what? What are you saying? Like, you've literally gone out and said, he's done this, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this, and now they've like gone, turn it back a notch. Zeus, stop licking your balls. So the other day he was doing that, and my mate said, fuck, I wish I could do that. I said, don't try, mate, he'll fucking bite you. Oh, yeah, JJ? Do tell. Hey, Biff, do you see George Morogi won his Supreme Court case stating max security at Barwon and MRC are inhumane, that they need to renovate the place? This is true. So, what a lot of people don't understand is that Barwon, where this said gentleman is placed, now I know this gentleman personally. I've done prison time with him before. And yeah, like what he's saying is absolutely true. Now, I know there's a lot of lefties or whatever. I don't even know what they call them. It's fucking confusing to me. But I know that people that think that, he should suffer while he's in prison. Here's the truth, right? And people need to understand this. People think that when you go to prison that you should be punished the whole time while you're in prison, yeah? It's not 1957 anymore. And your punishment is being sent to prison, being taken off your loved ones, your family, everything like that. That is the punishment. And I think this is why a lot of those old prisons are getting like fucking sectioned out one by one, because they don't live for that rule. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like, yeah. Allegedly, they went there wanting to seize a certain tech of his initially. So that's not the first time I've heard that, JJ. We've spoke about this stuff at extensive levels, but I believe that that is something that was only been made up since people believe that Desi took the police's body cams and stuff like that. That's what I think. No, that is your punishment. Yeah, that's right. And I think that, like, yeah, people get it all wrong and they think that, like, people should be punished the whole time while they're in prison, like, like hard labor camps and stuff like that. So, um, I'm going to be jumping off shortly, guys. But before I go, I always get people to ask me, right? I get asked. I'm a pretty private dude, but I've kind of like my life is what it is. It's basically all on here for you guys to see, and so I've been getting asked by people to show me through my house, and so I'm a pretty private person. But as a matter of fact, the new like some of the new content that we're going to be doing on YouTube, you will be seeing me inside my house anyway. So you guys will be seeing beyond that doorway. Um, so yeah, over the next couple of weeks, I will show you guys um, through my house. Now, this isn't just going to be, oh yeah, Biff fucking doing MTV cribs. There's like, there's legitimate reasons why I'm going to be doing this, but so streaming is going to be one of it, and so streaming is something that is very strong here on the Chaos Chronicles. It's something that we want to keep, and so we're going to explore not only with content, we're going to explore with streaming as well. And so all I can say is that people will be able to see a day in the life of Biff. Actually, there's no other way I can put it. But you guys will be able to see in real life, so IRL streaming of me in my house, and yeah, I think that's going to be kind of first of its kind here in Australia. Like it'll kind of be like a one person Big Brother. Yeah, I'm not going to be online streaming for 24 hours, but I can just say that's what you can expect in the future with streaming. Now, is this whole dynamic going to go? Fuck no. This whole dynamic will never ever go. So this is where everyone calls home. This live and the premieres as well, obviously, but this is where everyone calls home and this is where everyone feels comfortable. So this dynamic of my YouTube will never ever go. Never ever ever. So you guys can know that you're going to wake up tomorrow and know that we're always going to be doing lives here on YouTube. But I am constantly going to be fucking trying new things out. I don't want to become a stalemate. I want to be relevant. Not for, I really don't give a shit about what anyone else thinks except for you guys, right? So I want to be relevant for you guys. And I think that um, having a good team like I have, and my team consists of myself and Gunhead, really, and then we have my awesome moderators that assist me here on my lives. Let's not forget about you, legends. But I think we've come up with some pretty awesome ideas for the future and benefit of the Chaos Chronicles in the future. And I think that that's important too. And I need you guys to know that I don't expect you guys to just sit here and watch me sitting in front of my PC screen making videos. And also, like, I need you guys to know as well, like, I suffer from a degenerative disease, right? I have, I have, I have the worst multiple sclerosis you can get. So, I have progressive relapsing multiple sclerosis. So not only do I have shitty times where my life turns into fucking spiral and I can't use my arms and legs, I can't see properly, I can't talk properly, but I have it's going to get worse over time. So obviously everything that I'm doing now, I'm trying to do before my fucking use by date is over. Now, am I saying that my news by date is going to be next year or the year after? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But all I know is that, um, yeah, I'm just doing everything I can now. But also, it helps me as a human too. Like, it helps me move on to the future. Obviously, I do have MS and things are getting worse because I have progressive MS. So, I'm constantly trying to do things that will better myself. So, obviously, things that are going to be getting me out there and amongst it rather than sitting in a chair for hours on end and blah, blah, blah. If I'm out there getting amongst it, I'm moving, I'm motivated, I'm active. And these are things that are important to me with my dynamic of the degenerative disease that I have. So, it's actually a neurodegenerative disease. I know that some people are going to chime in and say that, but yeah, that's what you can expect, and so that's why. And plus, like the truth is, like, you know what I mean. I don't want to become. I don't want to become. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm constantly trying new things. I love what I do. I take this as my full time hobby, and I love doing it. And so engaging with you guys and finding out what is good and what's not good is always, yeah, awesome. But yeah, thank you, legends. I am going to jump off. You guys have been absolutely awesome. If I don't know how you do it, let's hope they find new drugs soon. I'm stuck in a bed. Run while you can. And respect to you for speaking up like that, Lisa. But I'm very much of the same mindset too, you know. I know that, well, here's the truth. Everyone has an expiry date, right? Everyone has an expiry date. And the truth is, like, everyone has an expiry date. Now, I guess mine's a little bit more guaranteed than everyone. But, like, I could still, like, no, I couldn't. That's wishful thinking. But I guess medication and stuff. But I'm also not someone, my mum, right? So my very beautiful mum. So for the last 32 years of my life, my mum's been going through serious cancer scares, right? Um, Now, if you were to ask my mother's doctors, we've spoke about this before, they will tell you that this is my mum's last cancer scare, right? She's so my mum is not stage 4, right? But she is the next best thing. So she is secondary. I don't know the exact words, right? But my mum, this is my mum's 7th cancer she's had. So my beautiful mum is literally running now without a bowel. She's got half a lung. This is her second lung cancer she's had. She's had bowel cancer. She's had breast cancer twice. My beautiful mum, um, you know, since I was in grade 2, my mum has, for her whole life, defied belief. And people, my mum, when my mum got diagnosed for breast cancer when she was 29 years old, I was 7 years old, and my mum was 29 years old. This is 1980s, guys. Actually, it was 1990. Um, my mum is a fucking weapon, yeah. And I always say this: I use my mum as a measure, right? And so I know that sounds horrible when I say it like that because it actually sounded horrible when I said it. But I use my mum as a measure, yeah. And I often say this: if I can live to half of the way my mum lives her life, she is the epitome of strong and strength and everything in my life. And so I'm very much of the believing that there's always someone that's worse off than you, which is true. And so that's why I don't dwell on it. But also, like Lisa just said, you know, she openly, and thank you for speaking so openly about it, Lisa. You know, there will be a time when I am stuck in a bed. This is the truth, guys. This is the truth. And you'll never have, I've never had a more home hitting comment in my life than I had on this day. When I first got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, obviously I'd never heard of multiple sclerosis before. All I'd heard of was the MS readathon that we did at school, and which I'm sure a lot of you guys had. And so I guess when you find out that you have a degenerative disease, and I'm not going to lie, I had no fucking idea what that meant, so I had to ask what that meant. But when you find out you have a neurodegenerative disease, your brain automatically goes into auto drive, right? And so your brain automatically goes, righto, dickhead, I'm taking over from here, and we're going to do a little bit of Tourette's. And so that's exactly what happened on that day. And so my brain just went straight up, shut the fuck up. Am I going to die? Exact words, what I said, shut the fuck up. The doctor was just going, meh, 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 meh. And her voice was just going, that's what it sounded like to me. Danger, Will Robinson, meh, 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 meh. So I was like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Exact words, what I said. And I said, am I going to die? I said, you've just told me that all of this fucking shit's going to happen for the rest of my life. Is multiple sclerosis going to kill me? And I swear to God, the very next words that came out of that lady's mouth nearly knocked me off my fucking chair. And I've never had one other time I think I've had information that's nearly knocked me off my chair. And she said, she looked me dead in my eyes, and she was sitting about 3 meters across the room from me. I was at St. Vincent's Hospital. If you are in prison and you need to see a neurologist, you go into St. Vincent's Hospital anyway. She is literally in arm's length, right? And so she's looking me straight in the eye, and she's this far away. And I just said to her, shut the fuck up. Is this going to kill me? And she's looked at me like, what? And then she goes, probably. And I was like, what? I was like, did you just say probably? She said, yes, probably. I said, what do you mean probably? She said, you have a neurodegenerative disease and it's going to kill you. She's like, do you not understand? I'm like, obviously fucking not, Adriana Executive. I don't know what you're fucking putting up on the board here. Can I get a vowel, please? That's literally what it was like for me. And so, yeah, she was very much not beating around the bush, no sugarcoating, and she just said straight out, probably. Oi, I fucking missed it, 11:11. But anyway, guys, I'm going on about my own fucking stupid disease. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about it. But yeah, thank you guys for another awesome live. These lives are next level, and I just love them. I love them that every live is unique in its own separate way, and I love it that we've come to this level, that what we're at right now, and this is what we've created, and I absolutely fucking love it. I say it every live because I mean it. We are the best community on YouTube. Can I please get absolutely every person in the chat right now to chuck a pink heart up on the stream, or 100 of them, for everybody who appreciates this chat here on YouTube. Let's get every single one here who appreciates it to chuck a pink heart up on the screen and show your appreciation and love for this community as much as I do. And I know there's a billion of you out there, so gadoosh. AI is solving. So did you know that they're actually printing 3D printing fucking like body parts out of 3D printed skin? Boy, look at that. I think that's what they call love.
In the deep dark bowls of the underworld, order must be maintained. Without a strict and unforgiving chain of command, chaos is inevitable. What's up, youngster, since you're the new boo?
I say I already could be a blues.
Don't know nothing, I gotta show you about the pecking order. It's the order and how we do. things and move things. See somebody gonna tell you what to do after I tell that motherfucker what to do. It's the pecking order. It's the pecking order. It's the pecking order. We got the power to make you niggas sour. Big fish, well like itchy cow. Stepping out the shower, it's the pecking order. Ask your daughter how we peck, inspect, high class as the projects. Push my legs to the California range, southern lane, and for my schemes is on the brain. For my connect game, put a strain on every leak in our chain. That's right, we all get woo. Take us on notes to make us see notes. Doing all the howdy bullshit floats, and niggas don't, some niggas don't. Gangsta paradise, ain't nothing nice. Yeah, we living so tight, we need Jesus in our lives.
We Colin knows. I've told him how much I wish I could play guitar. I feel like that if I could play music, I wouldn't have to. I've got this thing with water, guys, and like I've got this thing with running water. So when I'm in a bad mood, having a bad day or whatever, I like to listen to my water feature, which is massive for me. But I feel like if I could play guitar, I wouldn't need my stressless water feature. I feel like I'd be able to just go, and I feel like I'd be like BB King. I don't know, just because I love blues. Oi, JD, you fucking legend, Gardosh.
Check this out, homie. Make it easy on yourself. I know you want a motherfucking open casket where your people can see you and kiss.
Oi, so what Jess is saying is actually true. There's not very many times where I speak to Jess on the phone, or JJ to you legends, where she doesn't say to me, look at this new song I've just made. This is how passionate she is about making new songs. And so I think when I spoke to her last time, she legitimately showed me about 4 or 5 songs. It's kind of like the way that, as I said, it's kind of like you're journaling with music. I don't know why I'm doing that. Hey Biff, can you put my music on Discord? Oi, it's something we can definitely talk about. If you shoot us a message on Discord, we can definitely talk about it. So the only thing is, right, so sometimes when you put stuff on the Discord, because we have a no promotion rule or a no self-promotion rule, which is, it's governed by the auto bots, yeah? So like they will, so sometimes people have got a little bit pissed off because they've posted something about their own YouTube or whatever, and it's not any one of us on the Discord that does it, it's the bots that do it. And so we have a rule where we have no self-promotion, which means, and I have no problem with it, but sometimes you've got to ask one of the Discord staff, which basically it means myself or Gunhead, and we'll be able to give you an answer whether or not you are allowed to post that. So yeah, just know that too, because like I know in the past people have been a little bit up in their feelings about it when they've been got a warning or whatever from Discord itself, not me or anyone else, just for self-promotion. So I need you guys to understand that that's not a rule that I've made. That's a rule that they have. And it's so you can't have any disagreements on there about, I didn't say you could put that. You didn't say I could put that. I didn't say fucking there's 117 holes in a crumpet. JJ, Juggers Lotus. So, do you know, every time I read your name, my brain, my ADHD brain goes, Juggalotus. Every single time. Every single time I see your name with that, my brain goes, Juggalotus. So, I can be very uncultured, yeah? I'm constantly learning ways of the world and this and that. So I can be very uncultured, right? So when I first met Jess, when I first met JJ, I remember we were watching this video one day and this guy was like, he's like Italian. I can't remember his name, but he's like fully Italian. And his wife's Italian, but she's American, yeah? But this guy's like full Italian import, can hardly speak English. And anyway, he goes to the shopping center one day and he picks up this Parmesan cheese and he goes, I'll never forget it. And he goes, and no, and no, and no. And the wife's like, what? And he's like, no. And this is no. This is no. This is not the Parmesan. And I was like, what the fuck is Parmesan? And anyway, it turns out it's Parmesan cheese. And I found out on that day that chuck cheese is not the only Parmesan. So you know that shit that you get from the shopping center, it's got a green lid. You open the lid, it's like, whoa, I don't know if that smells like football socks or fucking spew. Anyway, that's not the only cheese. Parmesan cheese comes in a better form. But all right, legends, I am going to jump off. I'll tell you what, we'll stay on for another 10 minutes, and that will mean that we've been on for 2.5 hours. We're here for another 10 minutes, legends. How cool is Dobby? I fucking love Dobby. Look at him. Oi, Dobby's like straight up, like, oi, bro, give us your fucking wallet, brother. Yeah, you wouldn't mess with Dobby. I feel like Dobby's rocking up doing all this shit and that, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Anyway. Oh, see, I'm not a chuck cheese person. I thought I was. I actually used to love chuck cheese until I found out the reality of Parmesan cheese. Yeah, my bad. I know we said good night ages ago, but I thought we'd make it an even number. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if we're going to make it that long. Guys, if the camera cuts out, at least we now know that it lasts about 2.5 hours before it's dead. So I'm on the red on my battery now. So if it does cut out, I won't bring it back on live. But yeah, I think it will last the 7.5 minutes. Just found out There is a Chuck E. Cheese in Perth. Bullshit. Wait, hold the fucking phone. Wait, Gunny, please. I need to know this, right? I don't know. I don't know if this is the worst thing about having a moustache. Yeah, it's not only a soup strainer, but it's like a dodgy mudguard as well. So your moustache is like a dodgy mudguard. So you know how like when you got your four-wheel drive and you've got like three mud guards are working fucking awesome, one mud flap, and then one mud flap's flicked off on when you're full driving, and then all the mud fucking comes over into your fucking right left window. Yeah, that's what's happened. Don't talk about Dobby. Well, he died. He died with respect, JJ. They need to bring White Castle. Fuck. So I know nothing about White Castle. White Castle, I'm not going to lie, but I mean, obviously, I've seen Harold and Kumar White Castle. It's in Joondalup, which is north suburb city of Perth. No way. I think I need to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I think I need to do a food review in Chuck E. Cheese because I don't know if you guys have heard the Chuck E. Cheese conspiracies. I have, and that actually makes me want to go there and do a food review. Oi, Gunny, if I'm coming over to Western Australia to do a food review, we're catching up, brother. Yeah, we got the powder to make your wiggers sour. Nah, bro. Oh, FNAF 3 with Biff Drew. Friday night at Freddy's. So, obviously, there are some people here that know the conspiracy. Obviously, the FNAF fucking series has blown it way out of, but it's made it a lot realer and a lot. I actually think that, like, when I talk, I've noticed this lately, right? So when I talk, I feel like I talk with kind of like a I feel I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but I've noticed it. I feel like this side of my mouth closes before this one. Now I know that sounds fucking bonkers, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've got like I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? But I feel like I've got like something going on with this side of my mouth where it doesn't operate the same as this side of my mouth. Does that? Can you guys see that? Because it looks very obvious to me. And look, like this is something that happens now too. I don't know if it's fucking normal. Anyway, oh fuck, how good is Carl's Jr.? Oi, I'll tell you what, I don't know why they closed them all down. Why? So I know they closed all the ones down in the northeast. Why doesn't? I believe, and I've said this on lives and stuff before. I believe that Red Rooster is a front as well. Now I don't think like it could be money laundering. I don't know, but like I think it's a front as well. I can't. Oh, so I went to Red Rooster in Shepparton about 18 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how quick they had my meal ready. I was like, I'm gonna like sneako up onto Red Rooster, and they're not gonna see me coming. And I thought that I was gonna rock up, and when I looked through the window, that the window was gonna have like not a like I just thought I was gonna have to be waiting there while um, they were cooking it, but it was like they already had shit ready, and I was like, bro, there was no one here 10 minutes before. There's not going to be anyone here 10 minutes after me. Why have they got food ready? Yeah, I don't know. See, I haven't had. I've had Carl's Jr. like 3 or 4 times now, and every time I had it was pretty good. But I will say this: it's definitely not the big. It's definitely not the best burger franchise that's out there. Um, like, let's be honest, right? And here's my honest review, right? So if we're talking about big food chains like KFC, McDonald's, Red Rooster, Hungry Jacks. Um, what else could we chuck on there? Maybe Donut King or something like that. Like, I honestly believe, if you ask me, KFC has the best out of all those. They have the stacker burger, and no one else has that. Oi, and actually, so someone just said in the chat it moved up too quick before I could read the name. Um, Oh, it was Lisa. So yeah, I actually believe the same thing, but I also believe the same thing for Hungry Jacks as well. I think that Hungry Jacks uses like recycled oil or something because there's this certain taste that Hungry Jacks has that no other burger outlet has. So, KFC, McDonald's, fucking Red Rooster, or whatever, Wendy's, all that. And they have this certain taste about it that's like the oil or something. Oh, Jersey Mike's in the Gold Coast. So when I used to live in Brisbane, people used to talk about Jersey Mike's, but yeah, I never went there. Oh yeah, man, chuck that up there. So Gunny says this is the wildest review. It gets me crying. It's too much. So we'll have a look. Do you actually think that Hungry Jack's is the king of the burgers? No. Do you not think that they've got this weird taste about every burger? Everyone loves Hungry Jacks, it would seem. Well, who would have known? Yeah, I mean, Gunny, it would seem that everyone loves. I actually thought that a lot of people thought the same way I thought. I've always thought that there's something in the oil that's not right. I don't know. I can't work it out. Damn, I actually am. Can I just say that I am so surprised that everybody is saying that? I am actually so surprised. Oh, JJ, always with a pun. Boodles. The burgers are better. But all right, legends, I am going to jump off now. So I won't be live tomorrow, guys. I will be live on Friday night, and so on Friday night a we're gonna do something that we haven't done before, and I'll just wait until Friday till I explain how it's gonna work. But we're gonna get every one of you guys involved, and it's gonna have you guys involved moving forward in content and things like that. Yeah. I will say this, Vandal. If like the grilled chicken burger is pretty good. Here's my thing, right? That's actually how I look at it. So unless the burgers have those grilled lines on it, I ain't eating it. I am not eating it. A burger with the lot from the local chippy. I fucking agree. You cannot, but please, oi, Kinner, please tell me you don't put pineapple on it. No. But all right, legends, I'm going to jump off. You guys have been absolutely awesome. So tomorrow night, I will be dropping a premiere at 7 o'clock. And then on Friday night, we will be live at 9 o'clock. We'll do a premiere as well. But yeah, there will be no live tomorrow night, but we will be live on. All right. So I actually said that before if my camera dies, which is exactly what's happened. Wait. Hello? All right, you can hear me. I can see that it's working. All right, so my camera did die. Like I said, I'm not going to turn it back on. But yeah, thank you guys. I was about to jump off anyway, but thank you guys, absolute legends. Well, there you go. Well, we can see that it lasts pretty much exactly 2.5 hours without turning off. So much love, much respect, legends, and I will see each and every one of you tomorrow night at the premiere at 7 p.m. and then at the live at 9 p.m. Much love, much respect, legends. We out. But as always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison.